we are locked in. Our guy, the one and only Michael Beast Boy Davis, is finally locked in the studio, the new studio.
The new studio.
It's a nice studio. It is really nice.
I appreciate it, man.
It's good setup.
It's small. It's getting there. Dave and I have like our thing where he's going to have his wall, I'll have my wall, and every time we lose a bet, this is the middle ground.
That's the middle ground.
That's what we have in common.
The bet wall.
Yeah, and then that's the bet wall.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
And I thought about it like, I think we've had podcasts with Mike at a Whataburger, Krispy Kreme, in a coffin. Like, we've talked to Mike everywhere in the world. Now we have like a legitimate, nice studio with air condition and sound and mic arms that work. It's amazing.
I know. It's getting some film on there. But Mike, I have a question for you.
All right.
What was on your story? It was like that tan thing you were holding in the car. What was that?
Oh, my story. What
was that?
I posted on my story? I don't know. It was a coconut.
Oh, it was a coconut.
Yeah,
so I was like, wait a second, what is that? And I didn't get to go back to look at it, and I've been thinking about it all day. I'm like, what was that? What could he be holding? What's the point of the coconut?
It's coconut water. I just stabbed into it. Get some coconut water.
Mike, you have a fight coming up, man. March 22nd, which is a Friday. Island Fights 54.
Yes.
And you're the main event.
UFC Fight Pass?
Again.
Yeah. And so, all right, this is, in case people don't know, Michael Davis, UFC Contender Series. And ever since then, you've been tearing it up. You were the headliner at the last Island Fights, the main event. You destroyed the guy. Very tough guy in Elvin Brito, though.
Yeah.
And now you're here again. What's going through your mind?
I'm a little disappointed I haven't been called yet. It's been 2 months, and I don't know. Not something I want to do. But
right.
It's good to stay busy. It's good to keep my mind flowing and stay into the sport. It is what I love to do for a living. So if I'm getting opportunities to still be in the ring, and especially with Dean at Island Fight, then I'll take it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And like, what's your thought process though? Because, like you said, you want to be in the UFC so badly, but in the MMA game, you can't take anybody lightly at the same time.
Correct.
So you're going into this one, and this fight should do it where you are in the UFC. Hopefully,
that's how I feel, and I just go into this fight and do the same thing I do every fight. It's have fun, smile. It's like I'm sparring in there, so
right.
We'll go have fun, and then afterwards, hopefully they'll give me a call for once. I want April, 27th in Miami?
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale.
That would be great.
There's 2 open spots, like 2 left matchups for that. Okay, like I'm going there. I was like 50-50. I'm driving to the studio, and I'm like, should I kind of ask this, and how should I ask this and phrase? I'm just going all in. Okay. That's what we do, right? Like, we talked about it. Whataburger, Mike. Come on, we've first live podcast. It's on the wall up there with Ando. You were there. We've been to probably 6 different gyms with you together. Weigh-ins on I-10 going west. Movies, Aquaman. Okay. I've seen 7 UFCs in a row. There's been literally 7 UFCs in a row. We wrote about it on fightbananas.com. There you go. There's your plug. And I've watched the main events have been awesome. We'll talk about Mazadov later. We'll definitely get there. I've seen main card fights. I've seen prelim card fights, and I'm not just saying this because you're in the studio with us and you know us. It drives me fucking crazy that I see fighters 135, 145, 155, up to 170. I'm like, Mike Davis would smash this fucker. You would smash him. It's prelim fights, and I'm like, how is this guy on UFC Phoenix, the first freaking ESPN show with Cain Velasquez and freaking Francis.
Right.
And Mike Davis would smash this man. Like, do you see that at all? I'm upset. Like, do you get pissed a little bit?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Honestly, I do.
It drives me crazy.
In my head, I was sitting on the couch and I was like, Stevens or is it B? Someone pull out. I was like, pull out. I'll take either of them, just pull out.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, and I was talking to Dave, so we had the opportunity to go to American Top Team, right, with Taylor and Pete White, and we got to see all these amazing, we got a story to tell you, by the way, with Andre Arlovsky, but we saw Junior Dos Santos, Thiago Alves, Edson Barbosa.
Yeah, Edson.
Like, just the top-of-the-line guys. And I looked over to Pete, and I'm not going to say, like, any names who I said you could beat, but, like, these are top UFC guys. I'm like, listen, like, I'm all seriousness. Mike can beat these guys. And
I've been
Pete's
down
like,
there. I've trained with those
yeah,
guys
yeah.
before.
And Pete's like, yeah. And it's like, back to your point, we're talking about just people. How did they get in the UFC over Mike?
Yeah.
I think you're beating these stars that are in the UFC, not just the people that are just there. So that just blows my mind. And like you said, you sparred with these guys. You've done well against these guys. So your thought process is, listen, you've only had one loss to a very tough guy, destroyed every other opponent. You have the marketing ability, you have the personality, you have the resume.
You're decently good looking.
Yeah, you got the Gucci hat, so that thing is going. That's going for you. And you like the Marvel movies, so I mean it's a win-win. But
We'll get there too.
yeah, it does surprise me, and it's like for us watching the UFC is different than from when you're watching the UFC because that is your competition. Like you just said, if Jeremy Stevens pulls out, you may fight Zabit. When we watch it, it's like, oh man, that's a tough fight that we didn't get to see. So it does blow my mind that we see that. And American Top Team is what really made me realize it. Because we're watching these guys spar. I'm like, Mike needs to be in there, man.
All I need is an opportunity to step into the octagon. And they won't take me away from it.
Yeah.
Once I'm in there, they're not going to take me out. They'll see.
Yeah. Multiple fight contracts, like after the first or second one, even on a short day notice. And you do something that other fighters don't do and we see all the time. You finish people, and usually finish people early.
I have 100% finish rate. 100%.
That's pretty good. That's almost every time. That's what I mean. So 100% finish rate, and
that is every time.
That is every time. Okay, so that's every time, guys. Let's do the math. And how you finish people? You don't finish people like not lazy or just like not the you grind them, and it's like okay, they kind of just give away. It's like you take their soul, like you end them, like. It's just, come on, guys. Like, Dana, I know you're listening. Like, come on, Uncle Dana. Like, this not messing around. Like, like, Friday, it's a fight.
It is.
And it's especially the MMA guy. Like, in baseball, you get 9 innings. In an MMA fight, one wrong punch goes one wrong way. Yeah. So, do your shit Friday. Handle business Friday. And then that's it, guys. Like, we're not messing around anymore. Like, first row management, let's go. Like, this.
What is? Do you have a certain goal about Friday? Like, obviously, win the fight, get a UFC contract. But is there something in particular? Because you've reached the point where it's not even just about wins. Like, I've heard you critique yourself even about a win. Like, you want a dominant win. Is there something in particular that you're looking for to really put a stamp on it and say, look, Dana, this is how I beat that guy?
Not necessarily.
Just whatever kind of comes to you, you'll capitalize on it?
That's how I fight. I don't go in with game plans. I've been so used to. I spar with the best, some of the best fighters in the world. So the way I do against them, and bring it into the cage, is however it goes, it goes.
Look at this guy.
We're live on YouTube. I gotta talk. I want to talk this way. I can't do the flip. That's it. I'm doing it. Talk about Captain Marvel. Just keep it going.
The main battle isn't Michael Davis. It's Dave in this mic arm.
Mike Davis versus Guerrero on Friday. You got Chase Hooper, and you got Dave versus the mic arm. Prelim, Island Fights 54. Dean Toole, make the match. I'll cut the weight.
What are you doing?
Someone else mentioned when I was an amateur, I was a half and half rate for finishing TKOs and submissions.
Yeah,
I have a good grappling game, and I never ever show it ever. I'll wrestle. I'll show you that I can wrestle. I'll take you down here and there.
That's true.
I'll maneuver a little bit. Like you'll see my grappling when people are trying to escape, and I'll just easily maneuver past them. And then I'll just start slight ground and pound. But I finish fights to ground and pound. That doesn't show my submission game though.
Is that something you want to show, or just like
I don't know?
It's
like a secret. It's like a secret now.
It's out. Mike.
Once someone tries to grapple me, they're in for a bad time.
That's very true. Grappling right now is like the hot trend for sure. I think in the MMA and UFC.
It really is.
Like if grappling, like the Covingtons and Usmans and Khabibs, like the wrestling grappling part of the UFC is hot. Yeah, it's winning fights.
I want to dominate my opponent to the point where he has to resort to grappling, and then when he realizes he can't grapple there, that's how I want it to end.
And then he kind of, I think he feels broken.
Yeah, I want him to break.
Yeah,
I want him to sit down on the second round stool and just say, I can't fight this kid.
That's scary. I'm just going to be honest. That's scary.
I know that's Thanos shit right there.
Talking about Thanos, you saw Captain Marvel.
I did.
We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Our producer here hasn't seen it, so for anyone that is tuning in, no spoiler alerts yet, just because it's early. It's early.
We could talk a lot around it, but no spoilers.
Yeah,
Because I do want to talk about it.
You could talk about Infinity Wars by now. If you haven't seen Infinity Wars by now, then what are you doing? You're not listening to this podcast probably. So Captain Marvel.
Okay.
We all are into Marvel heavy here. You brought up a really good point.
Yes.
And I didn't want to expand on it until the podcast.
I want someone to comment on here if they know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, okay, so what did you see? And just kind of, expand on what you saw.
But it is a slight spoiler, so I do have to put it out there.
It's not too bad, though.
It's not bad.
The movie ends, and guys, every Marvel movie, there's 2 extra clips.
Yeah.
Right? So the movie ends. We won't spoil how it ends. Jude Law. Oh, shit. So then the first kind of clip, Captain Marvel, it's not a spoiler, it's going to happen. That
she was called by
Nick Fury, and she comes.
She appears.
Yes, she appears. Captain America, Hulk, Black Widow, and it's like, hey, where's Nick Fury? Boom.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for Endgame now.
Yes.
But Mike Davis, Beast Boy Mike Davis, after the credits, what happens?
I don't remember what that species is called, but it's a cat.
Yeah,
like an octopus cat.
Yeah,
to be honest.
like the tentacles come out of its mouth.
Kicks ass in the movie the whole time.
It swallows the Tesseract.
During the movie?
Cube. During the movie, it swallows the Tesseract, and then at the end credits, it coughs it back up onto Nick Fury's table. I believe an empty office in Nick Fury's table.
Yes.
But in Infinity War, Thanos crushed the Tesseract.
After he beats up the Hulk.
Yeah, after he beats up the Hulk and took the Space Stone. So it's already gone. And I don't understand how the cat is coughing up this Tesseract after.
Okay, because Thanos is way in the future, right? Because this takes place way back in the day. So there's a difference in the time period.
But Captain Marvel comes back, yet Nick Fury dies because of what Thanos does.
Yeah. So
Nick Fury hits the button on his beeper while he's dying because Thanos... That's a snap, by the way. That's awesome. Good sound effects. So so now that's why Captain Marvel returns, and that's why Iron Man's not there. It's Captain America, it's Hulk, it's Black Widow.
Wait, okay. I may be missing something here. So when Nick Fury hits that beeper, which we're not spoiling, it's the end of Infinity Wars after the credits.
Yeah.
You're saying the reason how she can appear doesn't make sense because Thanos crushed
No. He hit that button, and that's why Captain Marvel from another galaxy finally came back to America, to the world. Yeah. Right? So now she's back. She's with Captain America. She's back. So now we're at present day.
We haven't seen it yet, but we're assuming.
No. This is at the end.
It's at the end of the movie.
It's present day.
Yeah. Okay,
it's at present day. And then, Mike is 100% right. So now, 4 minutes later, they have Colin Van Auken on the credits. They have Taylor White on the credits. Chris Mixon, all these people on credits. And now at the very end... the cat spits up a stone, which Thanos already had to click the freaking thing. I didn't
understand. It was in Nick Fury's empty office.
Yes.
Nick Fury was gone.
Exactly.
Nick Fury's gone. And he coughed up that Tesseract.
Dude.
Maybe there's 2?
Oh, wow.
Wait, so what's the one that... Okay, wait. What's the one Loki had? Didn't Loki have one?
That's the one. That's the Tesseract.
Thanos
crushed it, and that's the second stone.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't...
Mine is blown right now.
Look, I got chills a little bit. Mike killed me on this one. What happened if the R2 and somehow they imagined Loki faked the stone? You know how
but it worked when he snapped his fingers.
Maybe it didn't work.
Dave, you sound really good on the mic when you're that close, by the way. So
this close I sound good?
Yeah, you sound better there.
Ooh,
just giving you a heads up.
Just kind of make love to the mic? Not to Mike Davis, to the Mike.
Okay. So that makes sense though.
Yeah.
It makes sense that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the timing does not figure out. Wow.
So you realize if you unravel this, you may get some type of credit from Marvel.
So Mike Davis is going to get signed by the UFC and Marvel in the same week. We're making this shit happen. The Locked In Sports Podcast, guys. Download and subscribe.
A deeper question. Would you rather be in a Marvel movie because you figured this out? Or would you rather be in the UFC?
Ooh.
He's giving it some thought.
I've worked hard to get to the UFC, so we're going to go to the UFC.
You thought about it.
But can I throw out devil's advocate here?
I'll be the new Black Panther.
For one, nice. 2, like, all you have to do is be funny, kind of do semi-action scenes.
Yeah,
you make $18 million per movie.
You're athletic.
Like, you have to fight your ass off to make $200K, which is amazing. I'm not trying to throw shade on $200K, but that Black Panther money, that's money.
Yeah,
Black Panther money.
That's the only separation of the two. I like to fight. Money would set me and my family forever.
Yeah.
Either or.
Well, if you fight long enough, you obviously become very successful at it, then you can make that movie appearance. GSP was in Captain America.
That's true.
Exactly.
Good point. You said something. Can I run with this?
Go.
Mike, you said, I like to fight.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about this too before. Like, I love the sport of mixed martial arts and been to the gym. I like rolling around and just messing around and stuff. But, like, I don't want to legitimately get into an octagon and fight another man almost to you make the man break or fall asleep or take their soul. Like, when you say I like to fight, where did that come from?
I don't know.
Have you always liked to fight?
No, I'm terrified of confrontation.
wait.
I'm telling you, let's get deep.
GSP says the same thing.
Yeah,
he says he's like terrified to the point where he's like awful. Like he hates it.
I get nervous if someone does confrontation. Not anymore. This is previous, but if I was at school and like someone said, "I'll fight you," like my heart starts to beat real fast. I get nervous. I shake. I was like, I don't want to fight. It's scary. I don't want to do that. Now I don't care.
Now you're like, all right, please, come on.
I got picked on. I got picked on a lot. So now it's good that I know what to do. It doesn't scare me anymore.
That's an understatement. You know more than what to do, but that's crazy because there is a lot of UFC fighters that say that though. Like George St. Pierre got picked on all the time. Conor McGregor said he got picked on all the time.
That's a lot. I feel like that's the reason people start fighting. They initially it's to defend yourself, but then if you're going and you know that you have this brain capability to study and learn real fast, and you get really good, then you start doing it because you're good at it, and then you start to like it. That's how.
Yeah, and it's almost like I always hear too. If you get there's not one person in the world with one tattoo. If you get a tattoo, you get multiple tattoos. It's like a feeling you like. There's not a lot of fighters that has just one fight. It's like you kind of get addicted to wanting to fight more, like fight again. Just like how you said, you never got a like submission. So like I don't know if it's a dude like Friday. I would be pretty sick for a rear naked choke. Ground and pound. Guy gives a back.
I don't rear naked choke people.
You don't?
No,
not your thing.
That's boring.
See, these are
Dana. Uncle Dana signed this, man. He just said a rear naked choke is boring.
That's boring.
What? If they're all right,
there's something vicious about that, though.
I like it. Twisters, Peruvian neckties.
You like that banana split?
Banana split. That shit was nice.
That shit was tight.
My locked-in, I'll give it early here. I think you win. I think you get a UFC contract. I think you go to the UFC. Is there a particular fighter that you would like to go to right away? Zabit? Yeah. Your UFC debut, you want Zabit, who's undefeated.
He's defeated. He's lost once.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he did. Excuse me. Lost once, but he's on a tear.
Yeah.
He is.
That would be your first fight to show just who you are.
He gets tired. That's one thing I noticed. I do not. He gets tired. I will take him into deep water. I will win.
So, and a win over Zabit would immediately catapult you into
top 10.
Top 10 after your pro debut.
Top 10.
Yeah.
And then me and Sadiq have a rematch to go.
So that's
main card. That's the main event, though. I'll only fight him again on main event card.
So that's something you definitely want, though, in the future is that rematch.
Yeah, of course. It was fun. It was a fun fight. I admit it was fun. We were back and forth. He didn't finish me. Then he got his UFC contract. He goes in and finishes an 8-0 kid.
Right.
I was 5-0. He was this 8-0 kid. First round stomps him out. He fights again on the 30th. I noticed. Mm-hmm. If he stops that kid in first round, that means that we are evenly matched. We are. He came in with a better game plan that time. A rematch. We'll just have fun, and I'll mix it up this time.
Did anything? Okay, yeah, like you said, his game plan: attack your legs. Mm-hmm. He's very strong. Is there anything that surprised you about him other than that?
No.
So, like, you knew what you're getting into. It's just he just had a great game plan and he executed it.
Yeah. He executed his game. I give him props for it. He stuck to a game plan. It worked.
Yeah.
It worked.
Your fight with Sadiq is like third most watched YouTube UFC fight.
Really? I didn't know that.
3.3 million views.
It's the second.
That's the second?
Yeah, the first one I think was Hooper.
Was it 2.3 million?
It's Hooper's 2.3, and we're at 2.2, and
we were
catching up.
Yeah, we were in the car with Pete, and we were looking it up. You and Sadiq have more views than Darren Till and Tyron Woodley when it went on YouTube.
Dang.
I'm serious. It has more YouTube views, and it's the second most in Contender.
We're literally
history.
driving on 95 North, and we're just looking at YouTube and Mike Davis. That's like kind of what we're doing. There's backside, Pete, Taylor. We're like, what's Mike doing on YouTube?
I'm like, you realize at the time the champion was Tyron Woodley. I'm like, you realize Michael Davis has more views than the champion of the welterweight division right now on YouTube. He's like, are you freaking serious? I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
people love watching that kick at the end of round 2. They
yeah,
love
that was
intense.
So many people have asked me how to do that kick.
Yeah.
Random people across the world. Like, I get people from Russia. He's like, I tried your kick. I'm going to send you a video. You teach me. And I was like, I can't.
Send $300 through Zelle app, and I'll teach you anything.
Yeah. That's incredible, man. I'm really excited. Like I said,
sick.
I'm driving to Panama that day. You lose an hour, right? Because of the drive, you said.
You gained an hour.
Gained an hour.
Yeah, driving to Panama. So you're going to gain an hour. So you guys can maybe see a movie real quick.
That reminds me. You're not going, right?
No, I can't. Yeah. I've been on the road nonstop for 25 straight days. I need a break, Mike. I'm so sorry. You know I love you.
Wait, so
you know I love you.
Friday. After weigh-ins, we know that we always have the day to do whatever. I'm gonna sleep in, of course, but I'll be awake at 10 something like I always am.
That's our tradition. Go to the movies,
and we're gonna go see Us.
Ooh,
yeah.
Wait, is that the
Jordan Peele? No, it's
he's on fire. I love that. Get Out.
Yeah,
this
is same style of movie.
So the whole team going to see Us.
We're gonna see Us.
And do you know the movie time?
No.
All right, because I'll be there.
I can't
just do the Fandango app.
Yeah, we just have to go to an AMC movie because I just became that A+ member, so I got to go to AMC.
A+.
That last
No, that's real. I like that A+.
That last movie theater we went to.
That was so fast.
The armrest fell off the seat. I've never seen that before.
It was the oldest looking style movie theater I've ever seen.
And you just walked in.
Aquaman was supposed to start at 3 o'clock. It was like 3:15. The movie wasn't even on yet. Like, you have one job to do. Projector guy, you got one freaking job to do. Play the movie at the time you're supposed to be on.
No, I'm sitting there. I'm like, Mike, what are you doing? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm about to go see a movie. This man goes right to see Aquaman, sits down, puts his feet up. I'm like, what am I doing right now, man?
I know.
This is a great movie, though, even in the theater.
Aquaman was awesome.
That was the one I just walked into.
Yes, that's what we just talked about.
Yeah,
you owe them $8.50, Mike.
I was like, wait a second. I just sat here.
It was too old. There's like one person.
Literally one
There's
person.
like one worker. So I was like, I'm just going to go watch this movie.
Selling tickets, making popcorn, working the movies, cleaning the bathroom. There was one person, and his name was Jerry. He hated his life. He's like, oh, shit. And then there's like, they see Mike Davis, and they're like, I'm not going to say anything to that guy. You can have by 8:50. Just we can walk in. Aquaman.
I was like looking at him like, do I follow him? But I don't look scary, so I don't think I'm going to do it. But anyway, yeah, it was a good movie. But that sounds good. I do want to see that movie. It looks creepy when she's running with her arms down the hall.
Yeah,
that's my creepiest part. But that sounds great. It's a stacked card too. It's a pretty good card. Yeah, Dean put on a really good show for this one, and it's UFC Fight Pass.
I think
round 2, Dave, and the mic arm.
Yeah. As long as it is advertised correctly, it can bring in a lot because you got Chase Hooper who has
tons of followers.
The most.
He
has the most views on the Contender series.
Yep,
you're second,
and then I'm second. We're the two most viewed people from the Contender fighting on the same card, main event and co-main event. You got to watch this fight. You got to watch this card. You have to. And you have
and it's on UFC Fight Pass, guys. Like, if you're a fight fan, you have the pass already. So it's like, you might as well. What's wrong, Max?
He's like looking upward. No, it's for those that are listening.
Trying to choke me out.
For those that are listening via podcast, Dave is struggling with the mic arm right now. If you can't see it on YouTube, this podcast is available on any podcast platform, but that's my one plug there. Mike, like I said, you're locked in. I think you win. I think you go to the UFC. Like you said, Chase Hooper's on the card, UFC Fight Pass, Island Fights Panama. We talked about the Marvel movies. Zabit is going to be an interesting fight to see you fight. I do want to see that one.
It'll happen.
But I wanted to shift gears to the UFC, though, because we just had Usman fight Tyron Woodley. He won.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming, by the way.
No.
I did not.
It wasn't even, like, close. It was 100% domination.
We all picked our thing for Fight Bananas, and...
I'm fine. I'm going with it.
I don't think you speak on the top. I think you speak on the side.
On the side? Oh, like that?
I guess.
I don't know.
The mic arm one. That sounds good.
This mic does it all.
I know. Okay.
My whole point was we all picked Tyron Woodley. And when I saw that fight, I was like, okay, the first round was just completely Usman. Tyron Woodley's going to shift it around. He didn't shift it around at all. Like, it was just literally Usman from round 1 to round 5. And that's what surprised me is you got a guy who everyone fears Tyron Woodley's right hand in his wrestling. And he literally...
He had nothing.
Yeah, Usman just walked right into him.
He never changed his game plan at all.
If you look at him, though, you'll only see it in a couple fights, the eyes of fighters. You'll see it in McGregor and... What's the...
Khabib.
Okay. Khabib Nurmagomedov.
You see it in his eyes. He does not want to be there.
He wanted out.
He wanted out.
Tyron
Woodley wanted out.
He wanted out.
Everyone who fights Khabib does not want to fight this kid. And Barboza, oh my God, you can see it in his eyes.
Yeah.
You just see, I don't want to fight anymore. You just see it, but I mean, you can't quit. You're a fighter. You sign up for this. But that's how I felt. Like I felt it as a fighter. I looked in his eyes. I was like, "Wow, he's done. He doesn't want. He's done. He doesn't want to fight. He's surviving."
What round did you like? Okay,
I think it was the third round.
And you were saying, "Yeah, there's no hope."
Yeah, he just gave up. You didn't see it. He gave up.
Now,
almost Woodley was like, I just don't want to. I want to take the least amount of damage for the next 12 minutes. Like, I just don't want to get rear naked choked or just TKO'd. It's like
he's the champion. He doesn't want to be finished. That's something you have. Yes. You have to keep that.
Yeah.
So, I guess I saw it though. He didn't want to fight.
And do you think now that whole welterweight division's interesting? Masvidal just beat Darren Till.
Can I say something on this?
Yeah.
I got something.
We may need to change that mic out for you, boss.
Why?
Just, for one, you're holding the mic arm, and two,
it's fine. I'm fine. I'm making it work. The people are watching. The people are happy. I sound good, right? Do I sound like Fergie?
I guess so.
Delicious. Okay, here we go. Jorge Masvidal. I thought about it. I talked to the professor about it today. Can you name another fighter? GSP was a champion, so when he won a big fight, it didn't, his status didn't go higher. Name me another fighter in UFC history. On a Friday, he was Jorge Masvidal, who, I don't know if you've been listening. This fight was my fight of the year fight. I just love these two guys and what they were going to do together. On Sunday morning, Jorge Masvidal is the top 10 biggest stars in the organization. He's freaking huge. The 3-piece in a soda. So he didn't just stop KO Darren Till, and he did. And if he did that, he was moving up. Probably him versus Ben Askren, him versus the title contender, like it was happening. He afterwards gets into a brawl with him doing a live interview. Leon Edwards wants to talk a little snap. Jorge does not want to listen to anything. He's a real legit man, real fighter, all grit. He goes to him with his hands behind his back.
Yeah.
Says it right. 3-pieces him. Boom, Leon's knocked out. He gives him a soda, charges him $7.49 with KFC. And then this is the best part. So then he does another interview about the brawl. He's a fighter. All fighters kind of maybe exaggerate a little bit. I lift this or I fought this guy in sparring. He just KO'd Darren Till. He just beat up Leon Edwards. So now it's a third interview, and he doesn't exaggerate one freaking penny. Like, his interview goes, hey, the guy said July, he's kind of a bum. I walked with my hands behind my back. He did. Leon threw his hands up like he wanted to fight. So, like Jorge, his face goes, I'm not going to get punched. He was so funny. He didn't exaggerate at all. And then he beat up Leon Edwards and goes, hey, I fought you today. I don't going to have to fight you in July. I'm in the money fight.
Yeah.
Jorge Masvidal, his stock from a fighter on the card to he's main event, big money fight. It should be him versus Funky Ben Askren next. That is just that prints money. Just Dana White print money. There you go. You're welcome.
No, I agree. I think what he did was tons of publicity, right? Like whenever you fight anyone after a fight, you're going to get publicity. I know it's hard to take you serious right now, but you're Dave, so I got to do it. No, but you mentioned Ben Askren.
Okay.
And like everyone knows, and I wanted your take on the Ben Askren Robbie Lawler fight, by the way. But after that, everyone's like, "Oh, him and Till don't like each other at all." And I think most would say that him and Till was the favorite going into that. I thought Till was going to win. I know you thought Till was going to win.
Oh yeah, he was a big favorite over Masvidal.
And they're like the minus 195, I think.
Jorge.
No.
Till was Till was minus.
Yeah,
I thought
like
minus 250.
Was it?
Yeah, it got up to 250.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, Till and Askren seem to be the fight to make. Sure. And of course, Jorge Masvidal is a tough guy, but we all thought Till.
Yeah.
So when I first saw them, I'm like, oh man. But I think what Askren's doing is interesting because he's able to. I feel like he's controlling the welterweight division, and he's not champ.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it really feels like to me. He's trash-talking everybody. Now everybody wants to fight him, and he's in the position where he gets to pick and choose who he wants to fight.
Correct.
And he's not even the champion.
It's awesome, right? I like it.
But did you think...
Do you like it?
You don't like Askren?
I don't know. He reminds me of Covington. Like another one.
Yeah.
And I hate him so much. I hate them both now.
I'm not a fan of Covington.
I'm not a fan of Covington. This is why. To me, he's coming off fake. Like he's
wannabe Conor.
Yeah, he wannabe Conor. He never wore sunglasses and a suit jacket and the president hat. Like he never did it. And all of a sudden, he won a couple good fights. You know, he did put pressure on RDA. You got to give him credit where credit's due. And now, like he's over the top. Ben Askren's always been this funny one-liner. Like he doesn't do anything crazy. Like he doesn't do any megaphones or he doesn't do any kind of nutty stuff. He just gets a mic and just kind of talks about it in a funny way.
Ben Askren is so bad.
Okay, now when you say so bad, just with what? His trash talk, his striking.
So he fought Robbie Lawler, and in the first 5 seconds, I thought that old man was gonna die. I saw his heart leave. I saw blood just start.
You weren't
coming
impressed
out of him.
with how he overcame it, though?
No.
Because that's my criticism.
And I don't think Robbie Lawler was out. I just think Robbie Lawler wasn't responding. He needed to do something, and I don't think he was out.
So, but the arm going limp, you don't think?
I did see that. So that's a good call.
Yeah, what is a ref supposed to do? Like we saw one where the guy just keeps choking him, and it's like.
And I always say this too: you give the benefit of the doubt of when Henry Cejudo is on top of T.J. Dillashaw, banging the crap out of him. Stop the fight. You got Henry Cejudo, Lock Hall of Famer champion. When you have Ben Askren's. Freaking he's known for choking people out. Like, I want the stop of the fight. Like, if it was an amateur fight, maybe a guy can get through it. Not through Ben Askren. Like, that's my point. Like,
I don't know. I'm not impressed with him at all.
With Ben, I was like, okay, he has an undefeated record. He's never fought in the UFC, though. So I was like, maybe if he goes in the UFC, he fights Robbie Lawler. If he loses, it makes you think about his whole record. But if he wins, it's like, okay, this is a legitimate win for your first UFC fight.
That's how I saw it.
But the whole thing is, he survived something. That's the most damage he's ever taken in an entire fight, arguably in his whole career. And he survived it. And not only did he survive it, he turned it around in that same round. That's what impressed me. And not everybody can take those punches from Robbie. So when you say he's not good, though, I mean, he's arguably one of the best wrestlers in MMA.
Even his wrestling didn't look that good. I don't think his wrestling wasn't on point. It wasn't to me. It gets the job done. Yes, but
I was going to say maybe not. It was to me. It wasn't wrestling. It was grappling. Like his grappling to transition twice to get Robbie off you. Like I thought that was nice. Yeah. And then it's. Robbie Lawler's no punk on the ground either. Like everyone knows he's a striker and all that, and he's ruthless. Yes, but he did some stuff to Robbie to get that choke on.
Yeah. You don't think Askren is legitimate?
I want to see him fight again.
And do you want to see him fight Jorge?
No, that's a bad fight.
Who would you like to see Askren fight?
Someone stylistically the same to him, so Khabib.
Oh, but okay, now he hinted at that. That's like the 165-pound division, though.
They're going to do that?
Dana White claims no. Ben Askren's been saying it since he entered the UFC. He's like, Askren's like, come on, Dana, USA and Russia is the rivalry that everyone knows about. He's like, you have Khabib, you have me, 2 undefeated fighters. Let's start it off at the 165-pound weight division. We all want that division. And Dana's like, no, that's not happening.
They don't even do catchweights at the UFC. They won't even
They
consider it.
do, but
Rich
it won't be
Franklin
for a
did it the
title. And
Yeah, that's right. Khabib holds the title.
Askren does not want to go down to 155. He doesn't.
He's not going to.
He did it 4 to 5 years ago, and the older you get, the less weight slides off you. He's 170. Like,
Why doesn't Khabib fight 170? He fights at 55. Why does he? He's not going to cut. He doesn't have to cut then.
no, Khabib's a big 170, 155. Like he would be 170. He could.
He could just take a 175. I mean, there's not a loss to nothing to lose. A loss, but that's it.
But so no title, just a grudge, kind of what Conor did to Diaz.
A main event, five round fight.
Yeah, no, I like that. At 170.
At 170.
I don't think they do it.
They wouldn't do it.
Yeah, I don't think they do it. I think they put Askren, Masvidal.
Oh, that's
winner fights Usman Covington, and I think Usman beats Covington. I think Askren probably beats Jorge just based off styles.
That's just a relentless. Covington. Go Covington. Covington and Askren.
No, Usman beats Askren.
I don't think Usman does. Not Askren. Not yet.
Really?
Askren needs one more person.
No, I know, but if they fought, Usman beats him.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
really? Usman's way stronger.
Yeah, stronger, athletic,
way
just natural. Just like there's just a different level. I think another class up.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I forget my whole point of this was the Holloway Poirier because that's more of your weight division. You're 145, okay, 155. Yeah. So how do you see that fight going?
Max Holloway's gonna win.
Yeah,
ditto.
I like Poirier. I trained with Poirier before, and
he's tough.
I don't think so.
No,
I like his fight style, Dustin.
Wait, so you don't think he's tough?
He's tough. He taught me a lot too, because back when I trained with him, I wasn't as good as I am now. He taught me a few things, but even for me to train with him, it was a while. It was probably like 4 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I didn't know what I was doing a lot off the wall, and I got up, I took him down. I got up, I took him down. It was just back and forth, and I didn't know what I was doing. Now, now I know what I'm doing, and I don't see. I see Max Holloway well-rounded, very well-rounded. So I think he's going to go to Max Holloway.
One of the most underrated fighters in the game. Maybe not now, but when we were watching that Ortega fight, I'm like, dude, Max is next level. He's beating Ortega.
Yeah.
And obviously that came to fruition.
And that too. I think Ortega is when going into that fight, everybody had Ortega. A lot of people had Ortega. Not everybody.
Sure.
I had Max Holloway.
Were you at the house with us?
No.
I don't know.
He wasn't at that one?
No.
I was the only one in the house. That's right.
Yeah.
Max
17
Holloway.
people. 16 had Brian Ortega. Max Van Auken had Max Holloway.
When he fought McGregor, Max Holloway was my favorite fighter. And then he lost.
Yeah, early. That was like the Boston prelims.
Yeah.
That was Conor's early. Even that was Max's second fight in the UFC.
He's been my favorite fighter.
Wow.
And still.
So if he beats Poirier...
Then he fights me. No.
I would love to see that, but I'm just...
The champ in one fight. You put up 2 belts at one.
Okay, there's too many things going on now, because now I wanted to say, does he fight Khabib? Does Conor fight down Cerrone? Where does Tony Ferguson go in this? But I just want to talk about one thing you just said. You made a joke, but I think you're semi-serious. If you were given that opportunity, you would take it. There's not a lot of fighters that do that. There's not a lot of fighters that want to fight the best. I'll take
a fight against whoever wants to fight me. And I told... I've made posts, I've made announcements that I'll fight 145, 155, I'll even fight 170 if it'll get me in that octagon. And I'm not joking. I will fight 170. I don't even weigh 170. I will get the max. My max is 168. That's my max. That's me eating 2 bowls of cereal, 2 boxes of cereal and a pizza. Zebra cakes, and I'm tipping the scale at 168. After I drink some water, maybe I'll be 170, but I'll pee and I'm back to 168. But I can't touch 170, but I'll fight 170 if you put me in that octagon.
See, now that's what I'm saying, though. A lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people don't want to fight the best. They want to pad their record. They want to get the easy way to the title, but a lot of people don't want to fight the best. A lot of people don't want to fight Zabit right now. That's just a fact. A lot of people don't want to fight Max Holloway.
Why?
Because they're not, one, probably aren't confident in their ability to beat them.
I said I would take a fight, and I've been this way ever since I started fighting.
Yeah.
Put me against somebody. That's it. I don't care. And it takes forever for me to get a fight. People will look. People will search. You get everyone denying me because I don't know.
I'll tell you what, you and Sadiq were by far the best on the Contender Series.
I think so.
So they matched you two up by far. Like, they could have easily put you against somebody else, Sadiq against someone else. You guys both win. You guys both get to the UFC.
Exactly. That could have happened, but no.
They put you two because they knew you two were the best.
It is crazy.
We could have fought two other people. Anyone. Any other 145.
In the history of the Contender Series. Like, not just on that card, that day, that week,
both
that
got
month.
our contract.
The history. 10th welterweight in the world, Leon Edwards. 11th, Jorge. 12th, Neil Magny. 13th, Gunnar Nelson. 14th, Dos Santos. 15th, Rocco Martin. That's crazy. Like, I see 2 or 3 names I'm like, 100% first round, Mike takes their soul.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like, there's like 2 or 3 names, like,
Yeah, for sure.
There's a couple good fights in there for sure. But there's 2 people, I'm like, Mike takes their soul. That's at welterweight.
No, I 100% agree.
Okay. You ready for this featherweight? Because that's what you are. You're a featherweight. 100%, right? 10th, Josh Emmett. 11th, Lamas. 12th, Yair Rodriguez. 13th, Chael Sung Young.
Yair's tricky.
Yeah, that's a good fight. That's a future. Yeah, because I think Yair's on 14th. No offense, Darren Elkins. Like, no offense, like good guy. No offense, Mike will take your soul. Like, it's like no offense. Like, when you say no offense, you can't be upset, right? Like, that's a thing.
Yeah, you're allowed to say anything you want after that.
Number 15, Calvin Qatar. Like,
Calvin.
Like, Calvin. Like.
Come
to Panama City, March 24th, Friday, UFC Fight Pass. Come on, like, jeez.
I love the UFC. But I would put him on blast because that was looking for a fight, your last fight.
Blast City.
You were the main event.
Yeah, that's true.
That was like
Dana White's looking for a fight, and
he couldn't make it because I think he was sick or he hurt his foot, but he was watching it. He was tuning in. You're the main event. You fight a really tough guy in Elvin Brito, and you put on a
former champion. He was the former champion.
You put on a clinic, dominated. At one point in that fight, did you ever think you were in trouble? One point in that fight, did you say, he got Mike a little bit there? Not one point. You were in control from the start to the finish as the main event, as somebody that was on the Contender Series already, as somebody with the resume, already with the views, looking for a fight. Like, there's no reason why you didn't get it the first time.
I have no idea.
I'm pissed off, Max. I'm pissed.
There's no word for that.
Every time you fight now, and when you make it to the UFC, it's every elbow you throw, every knee you throw, every kick you throw, it's vengeance for wasting the time.
Yeah,
I'm upset for you.
I don't know.
That's how I started the podcast.
I gotta keep going. I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know what to do.
You just keep kicking ass.
But I did make a joke. If I kill somebody in the cage, it's your fault. I don't belong outside of the octagon. I've gotten my level up to the point where I belong in the UFC. I'm up at that skill level.
Yeah.
So you're putting me against these kids now, and I'm gonna hurt one of them.
It's like Drago fighting Apollo.
Yeah.
That's scary. That's scary, man. I'm excited. Thank you for giving us your time, bro.
Yeah, of course.
You're the best. The only thing I am a little upset about you is just the Gucci hat. I'm just jealous. There's just a tad of jealousy, envy.
Thank you, Dean.
I know. Dean's sending you Gucci hats.
Dean?
Yeezys, right?
He got a pair of Yeezys, too.
Apple Watch, new phone, Camaro in the parking lot.
I got a funny...
Are you sure you're not in the UFC?
I got a funny Dean Tool story. I don't... is this live? Are we recording this?
No.
Okay, so I can tell it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, in Fort Walton, last UFC Fight Pass, we, after weigh-ins, are always what weigh-ins are. It's stressful, drama, guy didn't make weight, and they're trying to cut the 2 pounds, and of course it goes an hour and a half past, and we're starving. So we're eating. So we go out to dinner. It's all the Island Fights guys. It's awesome. It's Pete's with us, and he's helping out Glover to share his guy. So it was a good time. Great time. Good dinner. And we get back to, he's like, hey, we got to go to like this private party.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool. All right, I'm private. I'm in. Party, I'm in. So we go to this private party, and, they're serving drinks. And we're having fun, no food, so you're just getting drinks. And all of a sudden, Roy Jones grabs the mic, and he just starts rapping. It's like a private concert with Roy Jones. And, like, it was funny. It was kind of surreal. You look around, there's like 40 people in it. There's just fighters and like their corners and a couple of people working for him. And there's me, the greatest podcaster in the world. So it's awesome. So I look at Dean for a second, and like he just has the greatest grin on his face. Like sometimes it's cool you work so hard, you build so much, and it's like in that one moment, Dean's like, God dang, this is awesome. Like I kind of like built this a little bit. It was just kind of cool. And then, it was a fun night, and then I woke up in Dean Toole's mansion that he was rented for the day. So there you go. God bless you, Dean.
Dean's the man.
Yeah.
Dean's the man.
Yeah, he's the man.
I see you got a couple notes over there, Mike. You hit everything?
Nah, I just want the people I want to shout out. There's a friend of mine named Matt from New York. He supports me more than anybody else, and I wanted to give a shout out to him and Jeremy. They've helped me since the beginning, and they keep helping me for no reason. They literally want nothing from it.
They just love you.
That's awesome.
I do plan to get back. That UFC fight, my first one, wherever it is, I offer tickets. New Summer and Spine with Donnie. Donnie takes care of me. Donnie talks to me. He kind of gets into my head and allows me to overcome situations that I've been in. And he's a good conversationalist. But then he's also the best chiropractor around. So you got to go see him.
Wait. So he can talk and get your spine right?
Yeah.
Dude.
Get him on the podcast.
Yeah, Donnie, come on the podcast, man. That's good shit right there. Mad respect to Donnie.
Has some knowledge. You gotta pick
I like that.
I would get him on, pick his brain.
Yeah, like I'm ready just to. They release headaches, chiropractor.
Yeah,
like I've had like really bad headaches, and just got X-rays done.
He does everything there. He does
it's awesome.
Chiropractor, massage, sports. What is that?
We got a producer. The best in the biz.
Acupuncture. So I've gotten acupuncture.
I've never
too.
done that.
If you get sick, you can get acupuncture in your face, clear your sinuses. It feels really good. They have decompression chamber, everything. Literally
Donnie's
everything.
the man.
Yeah, definitely check out Donnie's New Summer in a Spine.
The acupuncture hurt or no?
No. He just like flicks it into your face.
You're talking to a fighter, bro.
I know. Gee, God dang it.
Come
It's
on.
how I'll go and I would just die.
And it's one needle compared to the thousands, but. Those always hurt more. The one straight needles always hurt more. But yeah,
I'm not a needles guy.
Flicks it.
I'm not a needles guy at all.
Yeah, it's like a flick into your face.
Yeah, see, I'm not a needles guy.
I kind of just want to do it now.
Yeah,
we'll get him on the show, and if we go on YouTube Live, I will get acupuncture done to my face.
Yeah.
It'll be a thing. Probably millions of people would watch Max.
That's a serious thing right there.
Okay,
Wicked Cuts, Jeff, thank you. He'll be cutting my hair tomorrow.
What's the design?
He takes a lot of appointments in, so I have an appointment at 3, and I don't know. Every time I get a haircut with Jeff, I let him freehand. I let him do whatever he wants.
Ooh. Wow.
So he always comes up with something, and we'll find out. I'll show pictures, and we'll get videos and stuff for my fight.
That's the ultimate. You're comfortable with your body.
Yeah. So
because if you could just do whatever, like I know there's certain haircuts I can't pull off. Like I know 100% you cannot do whatever you want with my hair.
The only thing he knows is that I won't cut off my bun, so he'll just do anything around my bun.
Hey Jeff, when you're listening, do a padlock. Like the locked in symbol on the side, like a sick ass padlock.
Jeff's pretty cool. He, like you said, he's always busy. Always.
Oh.
Every time I go there, I get it by Frankie, and Jeff's always has someone in the chair every single time.
Always. He's never not busy. That's why he started doing appointments. He's like appointments. I think he's appointments only now.
Yeah, he is. Let me ask you a question. Besides the design, are you going to get a certain color?
I was thinking about bleaching my hair back to blonde and doing black tips. I was going to reverse it. Right now I have black hair with blonde tips, but I want to do blonde hair with black tips. So I'm going to reverse it. That's it.
I dig it.
Some simple.
Any special walkout, entrance, suit, costume, shorts, you name it?
I wish I had this as a suit. But I have
those are pretty sick.
I have shorts on, and they have literally every cartoon: Rocko's Modern Life, Cat Dog, Rugrats, Angry Beavers, man, Ren and Stimpy. I just got these. I don't know. I just wish I had a whole suit.
Wait, like a onesie?
Like
I have that old onesie style.
Yeah, I wish I had one. I do not.
That'd be pretty dope.
Maybe I can find something quick. Amazon Prime.
Well, that sounds good.
We do it. Locked in is Amazon Prime. That's all we do.
The Real and Still.
Oh yeah,
they are sponsoring a lot of fighters, upcoming fighters, and major fighters as well. But they are producing new supplements that really they actually do work. I'm not saying it because I take them. I'm saying it because they work.
You feel it, like the benefit right away.
The benefits, the recovery overnight with the vitals, everything works. I use. If you see my post, I make protein pancakes. Mm-hmm. So it's an egg, it's a scoop of protein powder, then it's egg white. All three of those ingredients. Just mix it in a bowl and cook it like a pancake. I put a tablespoon of peanut butter on it and then some sugar-free syrup. It is the best breakfast or dinner that I ever eat.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, low carb, high protein is perfect. It's amazing.
This is totally off script. Swear on my two beautiful sons' lives. For dinner tonight, we had pancakes. Like, we have not had pancakes in 5 years. Like, we're just not a pancake family. Like, we're just not.
I think I'm more of a waffle guy.
I think so, too. And we do a lot of eggs and, eggs and avocado or maybe even on a piece of rye toast. We're a rye toast family. We haven't had pancakes in 5 years, and Colin's been doing really good. It's spring break for the kids. He's like, I want pancakes. So we had pancakes for dinner. Just an hour and a half ago.
I skipped dinner. For the grind.
It's not healthy.
That's what I did.
Oh, yeah.
Not healthy.
That's what I do.
I had
can't skip a meal.
8-ounce water, protein, and coconut flavoring. That's what I had as a smoothie.
I'll tell you what, though, that Fit Meals helps.
Yes.
Fit Meals.
Yeah, Fit Meals.
MyFitMeals.com. Dimitri is the man when it comes to meal preps.
The one I had for lunch was a chicken with like a lemon lime sauce.
Yeah,
like a lemony butter sauce.
It's healthy. It's quick.
Right.
Protein. You name it.
I need meals, Dimitri.
Dimitri heard that. We're blast city.
I know. He's listening.
Uncle Dana and Dimitri. You're just on blast today.
That sounds good, man.
Yeah.
Mike, it's always a pleasure to have you. And you're always welcome. We're going to go see Us. I think that's the name of that movie, right?
Yeah, it is.
You just got to let me know the time.
So good.
Because I don't know what time to leave that Friday morning.
Yeah, we have to get there and then look.
Do you know what time the weigh-ins are?
No.
3 o'clock.
Really?
I think so.
All right, 3?
I think it's early.
So if it's a 5-hour drive, 5.5 hour?
Yeah. But you're only going Friday. They're not weighing in on Friday, bro.
No, I don't want to
weigh-ins are on Thursday.
It's going to be Friday.
Oh, yeah, because the event's not Saturday. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mike, tell every other fighter and everyone that came into the studio, this beautiful locked-in studio, that, you received the party package of Bose headphones and Dre Beats and all the stuff we're giving you away. No, but this is crazy. The first guest in the studio. We've been working on this thing for
honestly, it's a
6
nice
weeks.
Studio. It's coming along. I like it.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
I think this wall is going to be cool because the debates you guys have, and then whoever wins the debate, you're going to put something about that win.
That's literally what we're doing.
So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, we got to complete the phone.
It's our
and I'm on the
war.
wall. I'm on the wall already, so this is good.
Twice.
Dude, I'm getting a bobblehead of you over here. Like how he has a Charles Barkley, I'm going to get Michael Davis. That's why I was so keen on what your haircut was, because I didn't know how to get it printed out.
Charles
I
Barkley.
think I'm joking. It's going to happen. I'm not even joking. We may put it right on the door, so as soon as people walk in, they know it's no nonsense. Mike Davis's face right there to intimidate you.
Hannah Goldie on the wall. We're just going to have all kinds of shit. I don't know.
Yeah, we appreciate it. This podcast is available on any podcast platform. Download and subscribe. Any last words?
No. Let's get this win on Friday.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Let's
you,
walk
everyone
away.
who supports.
For sure. No offense. Take this man's soul.
I want, like viciously.
Yeah.
Like not even play around. Like I don't want I was toying with him. Like just take it, soul.
Okay.
Just do what you do, bro. And like always, guys, stay
locked in.